What you're looking at right here is the PocketGo. It's become my new favorite Game Boy. Obviously, it's not a Game Boy, even though it looks exactly like a Game Boy Micro, which also was my favorite Game Boy design. I love that look. Anyways, this though is an emulation device. Obviously, it has tons of systems on there. You can play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, Master System. You can even put MAME arcade games on here. And it plays them all extremely well. There are a couple systems that don't work well. It has in the list of consoles, Super Nintendo and PS1. It doesn't run those very well at all. Really, don't even try it. It's hardware issues, obviously. But to me, it's not a huge drawback because I didn't buy this to play Super Nintendo and PS1 games. I bought this because I wanted another Game Boy. I remember being a kid and keeping a Game Boy in my pocket and taking it with me everywhere I went. And I love that. I love being able to just pop a Game Boy out and play Mario wherever I was. And the PocketGo allows me to do that now. The PocketGo made my recent trip to the DMV, which everyone knows is horrible, it made it 10 times more enjoyable because although I was sitting there waiting in line, I was just playing. Now, of course, there's drawbacks to a system like this. I had to install custom firmware on it that I found on Reddit because there was button mapping issues that I couldn't really get to work right, so I just installed custom firmware to fix that kind of stuff. Obviously, PS1 and Super Nintendo games don't work well. There's a power switch on it, and it works the power system on, but you can't power it off with the switch. You have to actually dive through the menus, go to settings, and shut it off through the menu system, and then pull the switch down. If you don't, it actually formats your micro SD card, which you don't want to do, obviously. And those are some major drawbacks. It also took a long time to get to me. It comes from China. So when I ordered it, it took about a month to get to me. I've heard that it has gotten better. But still, for me personally, it took about a month. And that's a long time, obviously, when we're used to Amazon Prime getting here in 2 days. But despite those drawbacks, which I think to some people are major drawbacks, I love the PocketGo. I love having a Game Boy on me. I love being able to pull this out and play whatever Game Boy game I want to play. I mean, I'm playing Pokemon all the time again now. The build quality on this thing is surprisingly really, really good. The buttons are super clicky. They feel right. They don't feel mushy. The speaker surprisingly sounds great. And the screen is really good too. It's really bright. So even in outdoor scenarios where you sometimes can't see Game Boy screens, I can see this really, really well. And it's bigger than most Game Boy screens. Obviously, the SP is bigger, but this is way bigger than the Game Boy Micro screen. And I really, really like it. Everything about this thing I like, despite the drawbacks that I said earlier. I just love this thing. And the best part of it all is that it only costs $40. I mean, it's hard to find Game Boys now for $40, let alone one with games. And now you can just download whatever you want. Obviously, there's legality issues you got to think about, but okay, we're not getting into that. Either way, if you're looking to get one, there is a link in the description below if you want to purchase one. It is a little cheaper than $40 now, though, because there's a new PocketGo 2 that just came out. Supposedly, it plays PS1 and Super Nintendo games way better. I haven't tested it myself, but if you're like me and you just really wanted a Game Boy, this might be what you're looking for. So check it out. And if you like the video and all that kind of stuff, let me know. Let me know if there's anything else you should take a look at if you're into this kind of stuff. Tell me in the comments. All right. Later, guys.